Welcome to the stream. We're gonna continue doing some Doki Doki simply because today is Doki Doki Day. It kind of become an official Doki Doki Day. Unofficially, so that's something. But yeah. The music is amazing though. Yeah, so we're gonna continue this for a bit. Today's stream, maybe do it for tomorrow, I don't know. But since we can't be up too late tonight, I want to do this. Also, I'm really hooked on the story. This story's been really good. It is both tragic, and it actually shows that, you know, everyone's kind of not that good at people. The only person who's actually a decent person so far has been Sayori. The rest of them kind of unhinged. Okay. So now this is the aftermath of the argument of the whole club breaking down, and Sorry asked if you can come over because she wants to talk to us. I think, yes, we don't really have any option here. I should put things out with Sorry. I start texting back. Yeah, you can come over. So he quickly replies back. Okay, I'll be over in a bit. And my phone down next to me. Man, what am I even going to say? There's no telling what kind of state she's in after that fight. I've seen her bad before, but she looked totally crushed. I'm going to have to say something to make this all right. It's my responsibility to her. There is nothing you can say to make that right. What was said to her is beyond forgivable. Maybe cleaning up the living room for Toy's arrival would be a better use of my time. I can deal with all these emotions when she gets here. I get off my bed and head downstairs and start cleaning up the living room. Also a good way to get your mind off things. Just as I finish cleaning the room, I hear the doorbell ring. Come in, come in. Take a deep breath before walking and opening the door. As expected, I find her waiting on my porch. She looks at me through a pained expression as tears begin to build in her eyes. I wordlessly invite her in, bracing for the impending emotional breakdown. As I close the door behind us, I lead her to the living room and we both take our seats on the couch, unable to make consistent eye contact with each other. I bow my head as I try to figure out something to break the tension. I'm not even sure where to begin. Is there really anything I can say to make this better? I let her sigh and start talking. Sorry, I'm fine, Echo. I'll be fine, I promise. His voice breaks as tears begin trickling down his cheeks. Sorry. Gently take her hand. She ends up throwing herself at me, loudly sobbing into my shoulder. I simply pat her on the back as she lets her tears out and stress onto me. After a few minutes, she regains her composure and pulls away. Feeling better? I guess a little. That was just awful, Echo. I never thought things would get that bad. I thought everyone was friends. This is all my fault. What do you mean? Well, what happened was Natsuki confessed her love for me. So awkwardly shifts on the couch and looks away. Well, what'd you tell her? I turned her down. I simply told her that I wanted to be friends. You tell her about us? I had to. I see. Yeah, I did just do what I thought was right. I never wanted any of this to happen. And I never thought she would snap at you like that. I'm sure we'll work something up between us, Echo. Why would you want to? I don't know how you do it, Sorry. I know I'm never going to see her the same after this. What the good is the club, Echo? Well, what good is the club when everyone treats each other like garbage? Because I know we're better than this and we're all friends. And it's my job as vice president to help make things right again. I can't and won't run away from this, Echo. And you need to make things right with everyone too. Yeah, you're right. I really appreciate what you did, Echo. I'm glad you stayed true to our relationship. Why wouldn't I? I like you and only you, Sorry. I never want to hurt you. You don't have any feelings for Natsuki, do you? I like her as a friend. Nothing more, and hopefully by the end of this we can still remain friends. But I still feel responsible for everything. What do you mean? Reach in my pocket and take out the now crumpled note that Natsuki gave to me. She gave me this on Tuesday. Takes a page from my hand and begins to read it over. Begins to tear up again as she looks back and forth between me and the letter. Why do you keep this from me? I wanted to solve this on my own. I didn't want to tell you right away because it would have made things even more complicated. And I didn't really know when or how to tell you. I understand. I do wish you told me sooner though. I know. I probably should have. I'm sorry for that. I just wanted to avoid all this. I'm sorry you had to get dragged into this, alright? Well, I probably would have gotten involved sooner or later. Obviously, I wouldn't have wanted to get involved like this, but you're my boyfriend, Echo, and I love you. Well, I made you a promise. To be there for you no matter what. And I'm not going to break my word to you. Not now, not ever. He stares off into space, madly blushing for at least half a minute. Well, now we're on the same page. Yeah? I'm glad you came over. Yeah, me too. I'm not ready to go back tomorrow, though. Hey, welcome, Assassin. How you doing? I don't really see how we're going to move forward from what happened today. The club might be finished in all honesty. Echo, we have to go back. We have to try to fix things. I'm sure that everything will be much more calm tomorrow. I mean, Monica got hit in the face, sorry, we both saw that. Doing good, just broke now. Ooh, yeah. They aren't cheap. You'll usually get more money from your work eventually. And Natsuki did say all those awful things to you. You're really up for forgiving them? I believe in second chances, Echo. So, I'm gonna try my hardest. I know you will. Well, if you're going to, then I will come too. I'm glad to hear that. We sit for the next few minutes in silence. I have to admit, I respect your willingness to give people second chances. Yet Sally just survived and I'm broke again. But you should, yeah, that's, yeah. I can't really say anything. I'm also broke, so, yeah. And I should be incredibly grateful that she's given me another chance too. But I'm not sure if I can see myself doing the same. Unless, hey, sorry? Yeah? I think I might have an idea for how to repair the club. And for how I can get around to forgiving everyone. What is it? Well, I think going forward, everyone needs to be on the same page with each other. And what I mean is that not only do we need to tell people that we're together, but you also come clean about your depression. Gaze off in deep thought. If this is my one chance to make things right, again with sorry, the least I could do is help her get better at handling herself. I see where you're coming from with that, but I don't know if it's really the right time or place for that. I'll just think it over for me. I'll sleep on it. This day has been exhausting. Yeah, I'm with you there. Well, I'm glad that we talked things through. Yeah, me too. Just promise things will be better this time, Echo. I promise. Tell us smile if you can't promise that though. You can't, because we don't know what their reactions are how they're going to behave. We can't. It's not something we have control over. Share smiles here as she checks her watch. Well, I need to head out now, Echo. I have a lot to do. I don't blame you. I'll see you tomorrow. You too. Leads her out the door and gently closes it behind her. Then I peek out the window as she walks down to her place. That wasn't too bad. I mumble to myself. She's handling it a lot better than I thought she would. I'm glad I stayed true to our relationship, otherwise things might have planned out for the worse. It's going to take time for things between us to heal, but hopefully we can focus on that after we resolve all the drama. Hopefully everything will be fine tomorrow. I finished my night routine. I collapsed on my bed, letting its comforting feeling take me with open arms. As slowly drifting, I begin to reflect on my talk story. We're going to have a horrific nightmare again. I'm glad that we're now on the same page with everything. But it's not over yet. I have no idea if I'm going to bring myself to forgive Natsuki. Let alone how exactly I'm going to convince Sori to get on board with my idea. Heck, how do I even convince everyone to accept my relationship with Sori? Oh well, I can't do anything about it right now. Regardless of how everything else plays out tomorrow, it's certainly going to be stressful. It's best to try not to think about it too much and just save up my energy. If they don't accept it, that's a them problem in my opinion. If they don't accept it, that doesn't fall on us, that falls on them. Hopefully there's no more stupid nightmares too. With the prayer complete, I finally drift off to sleep. I can't feel now. That's why I'm so close. While things could be going better on my end, I should have everything ready tomorrow. As for you, I seriously wish you didn't try to make amends with Shori, but that hopefully won't matter much to my calculations. Just stick to the script tomorrow, and whatever you do, do not help them. Just let everything play out naturally, and when the time comes, you'll help me untie their knots. Tomorrow will be the day. Tomorrow I will be free, and there will be nothing keeping us apart. I stood in my eyes, expecting the same rush of pain to hit me like a freight train. Unexpectedly, as I lay in bed waiting for the inevitable, I feel fine. Aside from this feeling of dread, I peek over my shoulder to look at my alarm. Well, I don't have to get up for half an hour, but maybe it's best to get up early for once. This is going to be a long day. I slowly crawl out of bed, still wary of a sudden rush of pain that could come at me at any time and prepare for the day. As I drag myself through my morning routine, my mind races through all the possible scenarios for what could happen in the club today. I've been able to get through Natsuki and Yuri's fights, but they look more like scuffles compared to yesterday. It's something the club's never gone through. Maybe it was bound to happen at some point. 4 different girls with such different personalities. Throw a guy like me into the mix and a recipe for drama. Well, I guess that's what I asked for. But was it worth it? The thought continues to plague me as I finish my breakfast. As I'm putting the dishes away, another thought creeps into my mind. Shori. I know she said she's going to make things up with Yuri after what she said, but can she? Will Yuri ever give her that chance? And how is she going to settle things with Natsuki? She's clearly not comfortable with the idea of me being with someone else. But I trust her that I'm sure she can convince Natsuki and the others to back off and respect our relationship. As soon as I walk out the front door, I've already spotted her waiting for me on the sidewalk. Hey, sorry. Hello, Echo. The voice drifts off into a whisper as she anxiously stares into the direction of school. I can't say I blame her. Neither of us really look forward to today. So I speak up, try to motivate us. Well, we knew this was coming. We're just gonna have to go back and face them. Yeah, you know, I've never been one for conflict. Always hated it. It's so mean and nasty. And I hate seeing everyone act like that. I know you do, but going back is the only way to fix this. Maybe. She nervously looks off again in the direction of school. Though I can tell she's not thinking about the club meeting today. What's wrong? She nervously laughs. Well, that's not exactly an optimistic sign. Echo, I've been thinking about something. Yeah? Probably a long shot, but I think it might be that the help to heal the club if everyone from this point was honest with each other. I've been thinking about your idea, and well, I think we should try it for the good of the club. The voice trails off. I'm not sure if she's really up to this. Are you sure, sorry? Echo, look. He brushes up against me and takes my hand in hers. If for whatever reason things don't work out, it's fine. I'd hate to lose them as friends, but I'll always have you. I'm glad that I'm your girlfriend, even though we had our ups and downs, and in the end, I think everything's going to be okay. Your real friends are the ones who stick by you until the end. Like how you've been for me, and always taking care. I just know I could have done a better job. This is my fault. I bear some responsibility too, Echo. They clearly had a misunderstanding with me, and well, I need to sort it out. We're really doing this together then, huh? Yep. I guess I wouldn't have it any other way. So he releases my hand and glances up with a hopeful, optimistic look in a way I haven't seen before. Leave it up to her to end up inspiring me. Well, let's put this energy to good use. After a brief note to each other, we begin our walk to school, ready to face whatever might come our way. As soon as we walk into the doors, I felt a rather unsettling feeling hanging in the air. At first, I wasn't sure it was just me, but when I turned to Troy, I knew she felt it too. Maybe it's just on our heads, maybe it was something we ate. But I can say we never felt like this before. She turns to me staring wearily. I force a smile and it seems to be enough to reassure her that we're doing the right thing. As we walk to class, halls become increasingly crowded as students make their way to their first classes. But even that feels off. Hardly anyone talking to each other, aside from the occasional sound of somebody opening and closing their lockers, or walking past us, there's barely an audible sound throughout the hallway. Chloe and I share an uncomfortable look before we decide to wave each other goodbye as I make my way to my own class. That's weird. For the rest of the day, it almost seems like time has stopped entirely. It feels like I'm just simply trapped in an empty room with no one else around me, staring blankly ahead at an empty board. Even though that's not the case, I'm just really not paying attention, not that I ever do. But for once, maybe I should. That might help wash the dread I've been feeling since I woke up this morning, but the material is just so boring. I simply lean back in my seat and nod occasionally to whatever the teacher is saying, and silently pray he doesn't call on me to answer one of his questions. Still, this has to eventually end, right? Look over the clock and see there's about a half an hour left before class is over and I can face my fears in the club. Well, if one thing I know how to do, it's going to kill time. I decided to map out on paper some of the possible scenarios of what could happen in the club, trying to account for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Frankly, it still looks like I'm paying attention as everyone else around me is writing down notes on what the teacher's saying. Being the diligent student as always. At long last, the bell rings. Well, I can't tell if it was for better or worse that class is over. I stand up and slide the books off my desk and into my book bag as I start the inevitable walk to the club. I'm sure to take my time getting to the club. Usually I'd be in a rush to get there, but today's different. I'm walking, the anxiety I've been feeling all day gets worse, and I begin to question the whole point of this. What if we are able to come to terms with what happened and move on? Will things ever truly be the same? What if they don't show up? What if they have another repeat of yesterday or worse? That last thought sends a shiver down my spine. I don't want to deal with drama anymore, insults or tears. I'm hoping we can get this over with as soon as possible. I became so anxious to get into the club that I even decided to work in a few stops to get a quick drink of water or chat with someone. Finally, I'm delaying the inevitable by a few minutes at most. Honestly, if things are going any slower, I might as well be a turtle. After what feels like an eternity, I reach the entrance. I put my hands on the door, but I hesitate. I move next door to hear if anyone's in there. Hear nothing. Step back and slowly open the door. Find it empty. A somewhat relieved sigh, knowing that I'll at least enjoy some peace and quiet for a few extra minutes. I try to settle down while I can and take my usual spot next to where Sorian I would usually sit. Though the longer I sit, the more my anxiety continues to bother me. It feels too quiet here. I don't know if it's because I'm not used to being the first person here or because the anxiety's got me all riled up. After a long period of silence, I finally hear the door click open. And I see a flash of purple before it retreats from my sight. It's alright, come in. But it sounded as inviting as possible, but I probably ended up coming across just as sarcastic. She still seems to accept the invite. She already opens the rest of the door and steps into the room. We struggle to make eye contact with each other, let alone speak. Hello, Echo. Hey, Yuri. She carefully sets her stuff down, but doesn't sit. Instead, she turns to face me. She looks restless yet remorseful. Can't say I don't blame her. She deserves to feel like that after what she did. Sorry. I catch myself mid-thought. Now I see what Sorry meant. She didn't want me to have these malicious and vengeful thoughts about the others. I wanted to say before anyone else got here that I'm... Because the form next word faces bright red with embarrassment as I see tears start forming her eyes. I lend her a hand here. It's alright. I think you should save it for later. I imagine we all probably all talk about what happened yesterday and try to find a way forward, not just as a club but as friends. She hesitantly nods at me before sitting down. She opens a book as she quickly puts it down and faces me again. You don't hate me, do you? I struggle to find the right words to articulate my feelings towards her at the present moment. I want to avoid upsetting her. I don't hate you. She has a relieved sigh. Oh, thank goodness. But I'm still very disappointed with you for what you said. Sorry, especially. Yuri's relieved expression quickly wavers and falls back to a timid state. Oh, I see. Well, I hope I can make things right today. Me too. I just hope that Natsuki... Before you could finish that sentence, the door opens and Natsuki enters. She looks at Yuri, who quickly buries herself in a book. Natsuki's eyes lock onto mine as I continue my icy stare. Tries to say something but quickly catches herself and brushes past us to the closet. I quietly sigh to myself, I am not looking forward to talking to her. After a few moments of waiting, Monica arrives with Sori. I'm a little surprised to see them walk together. I guess that's what was keeping them. Maybe Sori made amends with Monica already? At least that make things a little easier. Monica walks to the front of the room and Sori takes her usual spot next to me. She shoots me a hopeful grin. I manage to smile back. I guess that this is it. There's no turning back now. prepare for the inevitable as Monica calls out to us. Okay, everyone. She says that far less enthusiastically than she normally does. Honestly, I missed the cursed mod. There is, I will say the cursed mods do have their own charm to them. I want to find another. My only issue with the cursed mods is that they're so short. I haven't found a really long, like a long one. It was way funnier. Yeah. It's a comedic horror, which is funny. I take a certain sadness in her voice. Looks like she wasn't ready. Looking forward to it either. We all turn our attention to Monica. We all need to talk about yesterday. Everyone please take a seat at the front of the room. Four of us gingerly walk to the front of the room and each take a seat in the front row. She slowly paced herself to the front of the room, letting out a long sigh. What happened yesterday can never happen again in this club. I somehow managed to feel even more unsettled by her words. For whatever reason, my anxiety keeps spiking every time she talks. Maybe it's just guilt. I glance around the other two, I look down on the floor in shame. Something must be done about this. Then stops pacing and isn't directly in front of me. The room is dead silent. She forms her signature smile at me, but rather than feel welcomed or reassured, I only feel more anxious. So I think it's important we're on the same page going forward. Given that we all arguing about Exo yesterday and our bickering made him walk out on us. I feel every eye is focused on me. I think it's only fair for him to voice his thoughts on yesterday before anything else is said. Right, I really don't know what to say here. And what's there to say? They were all just being jerks to each other yesterday and they know it. But what I say next could very well determine if the club continues to stay together. And if it's time, I finally come to terms with my own feelings. I take a moment to collect my thoughts before letting out a sigh and finally starting. I think I'm going to fall asleep if I keep listening to this. Hey, it's not that bad. Look, the truth is, I'm in a relationship with Sori. One by one, I don't think it's that boring myself. I'm quite enjoying this, but it's not everyone's cup of tea, I'm aware. But I myself, I quite enjoy it. Don't ask me why, I just do. One by one, they all shoot irritated or dejected looks at me, but Sori only smiles as she holds back tears. I really don't think there's anything that's going to change that. I choose to be in this relationship not despite any of you. My voice starts to break, but because I've come to realize lately, I like her and she needs me more than ever. I turn to her, signaling her to, it's her turn to speak. Right. So he promptly stands up. She shakily breathes in and out, the tears welling in her eyes. Everyone, the thing is... Looks at Monica, then me, Natsuki, and finally Yuri. Maybe if you play a curse mod, if you want to play something, but I can't keep watching it. Okay. That's your choice, you're more than welcome to it. Monica marched an easy grin as Natsuki and Yuri, okay, goodbye. Thanks for watching. As Natsuki and Yuri continue to look at Sori, I didn't realize how hard this would be for her to come out about her depression. Maybe we should do had a dry run. I give her an encouraging nod. Come on, you can do this. Can't do this. The bolt from the seat runs out past Monica loudly sobbing. Oops. I quickly turn to Monica. She grin quickly evaporates. Let me go after her, please. Monica sighs. Go for it. Monica says irritatingly. What on earth is up with her? Oh well, I'll deal with that later. Says I'm about to run off, so I feel some grip on my arm. It's Natsuki. Wait. Brush off my arm and turn to face her. I'm not very good at this. What are you talking about? Natsuki's voice starts to break, shuts her eyes in an effort to fight back tears. Ultimately proves futile as tears begin running down her cheeks. Then lets it out. I'm sorry, okay? Sorry for trying to take you away from Sori. I'm sorry for saying all those things I shouldn't have. I'm sorry for hitting you. I'm sorry for everything. Sorry for taking what she said to me as she stands in front of me on the verge of a total breakdown. Suki, yeah? She sniffles at me. I'm not the one you need to apologize to right now. As Suki's expression turns to shock before she can promptly react, I turn my head and head for the door. As I exit, I hear her cry out to me. Go, wait, let me. The door shuts behind me. I'll deal with that later. I've got to find Sorry. Sorry. Where are you, dummy? For goodness sake, where could she be? I wandered up and down the halls, aimlessly looking for a sign of her. Eventually, I stumbled upon a door to one of the classrooms. I can hear someone sniffling and sobbing in there. Yep, that has to be her. Quietly enter the room, gently closing the door behind me. As soon as I get in, I see her curled up in the corner. Carefully approach and quietly call out her name. Sorry? She slowly looks up to face me. I can't do it, Echo. I'm too weak. Kneel down next to her. No, you aren't. Then with glossy eyes. In fact, you're the strongest person I know. How? The voice shakes uncontrollably as tears continue to stream down her face and fall onto the floor. You probably don't even think I'm ready to handle this sort of relationship with you. I wouldn't blame you if you didn't want to see me for a while. I don't know what I feel anymore. I don't know if I should be here. Maybe I need some more time to clear my head. I don't have the guts to face my problems right now. I don't want to leave her unattended, but maybe she needs some time to calm herself. But that isn't my job to be here in a time of need. We should stay. Deep breath and gently put my hand on her shoulder. Right. I know what it took for you to work up the courage to ask me out after knowing all these years. I just want to admit that everything you had, even though you had to admit me you had depression. It took a lot of guts. You know, this reminds me of one time when we were kids. You remember that meadow we used to go to? Simply nods. Remember how I pushed you to jump that fence so you could go there faster? Yes. Whereas the one time you were so insistent you could do it without my help, then, just like now, you hesitated. You were afraid of falling and hurting yourself. Well, I did fall, didn't I? She let out a nervous laugh. Talking about the other time, silly. Oh. I playfully shake my head at her. Point is, I had to encourage you to jump that fence. I'd always go first to show you how it was done. The entire time I waited on the other side, not knowing how you felt or what was going on through the head of yours. But you did do it. You got up to the top of that fence pretty easily, at least. Yeah, I remember now. You remember how you got stuck up there? I was so afraid of falling and hurting yourself. I promised I'd catch you if you did that. Here's the tear up as she remembers the story. I gently took a hand in mine. By cheering you on, you finally made your way down. But I messed up. I fell. And I caught you. You were safe. Yeah, I guess I was, wasn't I? Yep. I smelled warmly at her and I put my hands on her cheeks. Our eyes lock onto each other, our face barely a few inches apart. Just to even try to climb the fence all by yourself, to me, was so brave of you to do. I was proud of you, just like I am now. And I guess I caught you again, didn't I? You'll be fine and we'll all get to enjoy these crazy adventures again. I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else. That spot's reserved for you. Her face is totally red, both from crying and blushing. It's a miracle I haven't cracked a tear myself, but it's definitely getting there. Hopefully I can hang on a few more minutes. I don't know what it was that made you like this, but maybe I've been where you have. Talking about this with me and everyone is the first steps in facing those rain clouds. So the sun can shine and we can play in the meadows again. I finally crack a tear. Faithful embraces me. I like you so much, Echo. I do too. More than you realise. I help us stand up and continue our lock in each other. I have never seen her this happy before. With everything that happened in the last 24 hours or so, it's hard to believe I finally got to this point. It's not over yet though. Come on, let's get back. I hear the door swing open. Maybe it's Natsuki. I think she wanted to go looking for Sorry with me. Man, probably even looking for us by now. How long have we been gone for? It's alright, Natsuki. I found her. Turning around, I'm surprised to see who is standing in the door. It's not Natsuki, it's not even Yuri. It's Monica. So when I stagger back, surprised at her sudden entrance. Shake my nerves off and speak up. Oh, hey, Monica. Didn't know you were going to look for us. Oh my goodness, that... I didn't like that. Those eyes. I was looking for you, Echo. She eerily grins at me as she takes a step forward. Monica's words sends a chill down my spine. Her creepy grin doesn't help it either. Well, you found me. I found Soy too. We can head back to the club room now. To enjoy, who seems just as comfortable being alone with Monica as I am. So you all squared away then? So you guys gonna stay as a couple, huh? Yeah, why? Well, that's too bad. I guess we're gonna have to do this the hard way then. We stare at each other in confusion. The hard way? What are you talking about? I don't know, a thunderstorm rolls upon us. What on earth was that? Wasn't it just sunny a minute ago? Next thing I know, it's a nightmare. All the stuff in the classroom has vanished. Not only are we standing in a different spot. Guys, what's going on? I'm scared. I turn to Monica, who's now standing completely still in the middle of the room with her eyes closed. Monica? She doesn't respond. Monica? I should say loudly. I raise my hand out to put on her shoulder. Monica, are you alright? Put my hands on her shoulder, but she doesn't respond.
And he was just saying it's not creepy. This is creepy.
What on earth? I immediately fall back and scurry away from her. Ooh, I look up at Monica to see her eyes go emerald as she stands before us motionless. So it cries out as loud as she can. Scream all you want, it won't save you. Monica tells me I try and grabs her tightly by the shoulders. She yells in pain as she's forced down to her knees by Monica. Meanwhile, I find myself at the back of the room, unable to get up or speak. What on earth's going on? What is this? I try to fight her off, but she seems to be frozen in place too. I have waited a long time for this. But warning, toy bodies broken apart in little pieces that repeatedly revolve around themselves mid-air. I clearly can't believe what I'm seeing. This can't be real. This has to be another dream. Troy disappears, leaving Monica and I alone in the room together. Only the room seems to have changed yet again. I'm now sitting in a chair facing Monica, who is still staring at me through her glowing eyes. I look out the window to see there's no longer raining or sunny out there, but it looks like space. I look at Monica, who still remains her blank stare. I'm getting out of here. I don't know how, but I managed to force myself out to the chair and sprint down the doorway. However, surely enough, the door slams my face as soon as I get there. What on earth? I try to turn the knob, but it's jammed shut. This has to be some kind of joke. I try pushing the door open, but it won't budge. What on earth's going on? I turn on and see her slowly walking towards me. I begin pounding on the door, screaming for Natsuki, you or anyone to help me. The closer she gets me, the more lightheaded I become. I can't see straight, my breathing becomes ragged as I feel a splitting pain in my head. I think there's blood in my eyes. Monica towers over me with the emerald light glowing in place of her eyes. She slowly stretches her arm out to me. No, stop, get away from me. Get away. So I lose my consciousness as I feel a cold hand grab my throat. Oh my, I begin to feel as if everything in my body is rushing to my throat. I want to vomit, but my stomach feels entirely empty and my throat's numb to the point where I can't tell if I'm still there. I try to let it cry for help, but nothing comes out. My lungs are on fire, begging for me to breathe. I can't even feel my arms and legs. My head is spinning a million miles an hour. It totally feels like weightlessness. My vision is filled with red, with blood. I try to see if there's anything I can use to defend myself, but my eyes won't stop looking at Monica. I can't feel my arms, legs are completely numb. It's no use, I can't do anything. So this is what it feels like to die. I finally lose consciousness, but the last thing I see before everything goes dark is Monica's glowing green eyes. I'll see you soon, I just need to run a quick little errand. As being conscious, I'm greeted by a sharp pain in my forehead. This pain is almost unbearable. I stand up slowly, clutch my forehead and attempt to nurse this stinging pain. But what just happened? I groggily open my eyes. What on earth? Where am I? What is this? I look around in all directions, but as far as I can see, there's nothing but black, empty space. Hello? Hello? This is our dream! Hello, hello. I hear nothing but the sound of my own voice echo into oblivion. How did this happen? What even happened? Everything was normal just till a few minutes ago. Up until suddenly I hear someone walk towards me. I'm able to make out a dark silhouette. I think I recognize the outline. Hello? If it finally comes into my view, it's Monica? Oh good, you're awake. I really hope I did it right this time. and I believe I owe you an explanation. I look at Monica, startled and confused. Monica, what is this? Where are we? What did you do? Monica waves her hands at me and calms down. It's okay, we're safe. How is this safe? Where would I like to call the void, Echo? It's my home. It's where I go when I'm not needed. I take it you recognize it. Look around once more, but still see as black, empty space. None of this is possible. I have to be dreaming right now, but this does seem all familiar. I've seen this place in my nightmares. I look back at my who's waiting for the answer. I simply nod to her to indicate that this is indeed all familiar to me somehow. But I was worried I messed it up again. I got some reason to get the hang of these resets. Resets? What on actual earth are you talking about right now? 1 minute we're at school, the next thing I know you just knocked me unconscious with your weird glowing eyes. What are you, some sort of god? About that. First, let's all calm down. I know it's a lot to take in, I'm speaking from experience on this one. But I'm definitely not your normal little schoolgirl, Echo. And now, I'm beyond such labels. Actually, it's one of the few things we have in common. How could we possibly have anything in common? In a sense, we're both real, Echo. Take a step back. Has she lost it? Yeah, we're both real. Well, I say that I'm real. You're a bit of a tricky case. What are you saying? Well, I've been talking past you this entire time, not at you. I've been talking to the lovely person behind the screen who controls you. Are you saying that I'm controlled? Let out a hysterical laugh. Her laugh echoes through the void, being carried off into the distance until nothing more than a distant echo before it can't be heard anymore. Oh please, you're not even a character, Echo. You're an avatar for my beloved. Just a projection of themselves onto a blank and boring canvas. Unfortunately for you, you barely exist at all. But you're as real as I can get right now. You're the closest thing I get to the person who controls you behind the screen. Who is this person that supposedly controls me then? I have no idea what you're talking about. She has a sigh. Echo, the world we live in is a video game. A visual novel to be exact. Everything except for us is a pre-programmed manufactured of a series of code that lets life as we know it go on. Essentially everything we know and we're supposed to live through has been a lie. Our memories are a lie, families, teachers and friends don't exist. They're just imagery. Even our school is just a fake, convenient little setup so you can get to meet us. And the reality is, it's just a fake little backdrop to hide this place from players' eyes. The player, aka you, was supposed to form a romantic relationship with Rosori and Asuki or Yuri. And I was supposed to sit back and let it happen. I could only advise you on what to do, give you some tips on how to navigate the world. But I wasn't going to let that happen. I did the only thing I could. I intervened. I decided to push some things along, so that we could ultimately end up together. That's how the original story was supposed to happen. Original? Yes, unfortunately I seem to be lost in time. When I started really manipulating the code, tie up a loose ends, early I messed it up. And through my mistake, I somehow ended up creating a whole new timeline where that event never happened. The festival actually happened when I never intended for us to reach it. And all the events afterwards, well, mind you, it's all pre-programmed lines to fill the gaps in the story. We were never supposed to happen either. This is the mod to the original story to where our destinies were altered to lead elsewhere than the original intended. Whatever the original game had in store for us isn't going to happen here. Though I've manipulated the code to mirror some certain events that you've experienced, I even invented some of my own too. The nightmares. Yes, I've been inside your empty head this entire time, trying to steer the player to pick better options, to pick me. That should have been our reality, what I wanted our destiny to be. Now that I'm taking a gamble by letting you help shape this reality with me, I watched every single choice you made, and it seems even with my own route now you still steered clear of me. Why? I don't know if I can answer that. She sighs again. I know you can't, Echo, and I don't think the player has the ability to explain themselves through you. But at least I know how to fix all this. What do you mean? Even if half what you said is true, only you have the ability to make everything normal again. That'd be a funny, Echo. I can't turn the code back that far again. The game itself is on the verge of breaking. It's a huge gamble to send you here all the way back to the beginning of the last time. When this alternate time was created, for some reason it had a start at the end. I just simply played along on the script until I saw you act out of character. That's when I knew something was wrong. I deducted a total game reset would fix the problem, and it did. But it caused the damage in our character files. I completely fixed mine, and I only fixed the others to allow for minimal function. Carter files is how we exist. Without it, we're nothing. We literally wouldn't exist without them. My fix was just really to buy time to formulate a new plan to win you over. I thought allowing you the freedom of choice would result in picking me, which you didn't. I tried to steer away from the others by giving you those nightmares, but that didn't work. I only finally hurt my chances by looking like a total douche yesterday. And for that, I'm sorry. But the others acted up because the strain on their files now, they won't last much longer. So that's why I decided to kill two birds with one stone by bringing us all here. Win the player over, and finally get rid of the others. What? What do you mean by that? You see, I've been working on a surprise for you. You can read my mind? I can read everyone's thoughts, Echo. I can read a game's script. I know what everything will say before they even think it. It's powerful and draining. Which is why we're fixing that. If you'd be so kind to follow me, she extends her hand to me. Well, it's not like I have much of a choice in this. You don't. Figures. I reluctantly take her hand and she leads me into the darkness. As I walk into darkness for what feels like hours, I try to mull over everything she told me. There's no way any of this is real and could be happening right now. But it is. There's nothing else that can explain what's going on right now. No ordinary person could do a fraction of what she's pulled off earlier. So I guess she has to be telling the truth. But you've been doing all of this to win me over? Well, this person who controls me, I'm being controlled right now. Don't tell me how I was saying this. She's always been my friend my entire life, and she means to tell me that's all fake? It can't be. So remember it. How can I remember something if it's not real? How can I have feelings for her if it's not real? Sure, you can fake emotions, but not to that extent. Well, considering everything I know has been tossed out the window, I guess I have to go with Monica's explanation. As anything, I can't explain what's going on. I'm only afraid of what's to come. Is Tori even alive? Where's Natsuki and Yuri? Where's the school? Where's life as I know it? It's all gone. I'm cursed with the knowledge my reality was nothing but a lie. You're taking it better than I did, that's for sure. Ooh. How'd you find this all out? When I started the club, I don't know how to make sense of it. It's just, I talked to previous president who warned me not to restart. Oh, I talked to previous president who warned me not to restart the club. Apparently what happened to him happened to me too. When I officially became president, when I filled the paperwork and signed off everything, that's when the time I had my epiphany. I honestly still struggle with it. I'm sorry. Man's just a small grin at me. Not one of malice or automotive, but the first genuine smile I've seen for her today. So much kind of relieving to see. I appreciate it. Don't mention it. So where are the others? Smile disappears. You think you're ready, huh? Ready for what? You've been thinking over what I said. As important as everything sounds, implausible as it sounds, it's real. I wish it wasn't. I don't belong here. I never did. You definitely seem like a fish out of water, that's for sure. She has another halfly laugh. Well, I've definitely become quite the poet of our time together. Maybe I was wrong about you, but I do know you do an excellent job representing the player. Monica winks at me, but I'm not sure if I was the intended recipient of that. Thanks? Oh, that's creepy. So what we need to do? We need to set them free. That'll at least buy us some time to figure out our next move to keep the game afloat. What does that mean? We need to delete them, Echo. We need to be totally removed from the game in order for us to survive here. We can't go back to the original game, and another reset will likely kill us all. Deleting the others will free up some of the burden on the code's essential functions. It'll be easier for it to manage if it was just minimal with surroundings. You meant to kill them. They wouldn't feel a thing, Echo. I can make it quick and painless. The only reason I haven't done it yet, if I did it without your approval, the player would search for answers, and without risk running the code if they change anything by adding them back. I want to make sure whatever happens, you're okay with it. I'm trying to avoid a repeat of what would have happened had I maintained control in the original game. What would have happened then, and how would you know what happened? I had another epiphany. I got shown a reality where you turned against me and deleted me from the game for deleting the others without your approval. I stand shell-shocked at her revelation, and she's only telling me this now? She's holding out to me. So where's the truth? The player knows what has happened. I'm not going to try to go against their wishes again. You realize what you're asking me to do, right? You're asking me to sign sorry unless you can use death sentence. I can't do that. When we're all dead. I don't act alternately again, but if I have matters in my own hands, so I can keep the only way of contacting my love, I'll do it. Please don't make it any harder than it has to be. Even I had second thoughts about deleting them. They may not be real, but they're the ones who kept me somewhat sane throughout this ordeal. They're real to me. I'm sure no if ain't that whatever controls me feel the same too. Sounds like a wager then. If you're so confident, Echo, show us how much they truly mean to you. Not the MC, not the other, the actual player. A snap of her fingers, Monica spawns in Sora, Yuri, and Asugi out of thin air, all of them without a collective cry for help. Clear note of her being levitated off the ground. Monica, what are you doing to them? Just stop worrying. Worry about us. Remember, they need to be set free, Echo. We're doing them a favour. The longer they're alive, the more strain the code puts on their fires, meaning the more suffering they go through. Shut up, you psycho. Suddenly, she snapped her fingers again, causing Asugi to jerk her head to the left. Ow! Silence, all of you. That was her fingers, and again, Sora and Yuri's pleas had become mute. Mark, this isn't right. You can't do this. Let them go now. You focus how you see stare at me. Letting them live would be a disservice, Echo. They aren't real. Are you going to sacrifice our future just to imaginary schoolgirls who can jeopardize our reality with their one-dimensional personalities? Think about it. If they live, we all die sooner or later, but if they die, we have a chance to live on and honor their sacrifice. And think of the other benefits too. A reality where it's just us. And they always want being attracted, Echo. You want me. It's unfortunate this is the way to win me over good, but in the cruel world we live in, everything comes with a price. I guarantee that you'll forget them in a week, and I'll treat you better than they can. And when I figure out how to cross over to your world, we'll be together forever and never be apart. But you have to make a tough decision to reap the benefits. I don't envy you. It's a tough call, but you have to do it. And if you don't delete them here and now, they eventually gain sentience and they'll learn how to crawl like I have and destroy our world as we know it. Being separate from you would be inconceivable for me. Imagine a world where I can no longer talk. Please, I'm begging you. Please pick me to a favor, do something for me for once. Let me be the one with the happy ending. You know what you're asking me to do. Each raging sense of guilt gets coursing from her veins. The inner shake and my anxiety kicks into overdrive. And I really do it. Is she telling me the truth? Or is she manipulating me? Is she even telling me the full truth? And how many lies has she sprinkled in? It's now or never, Echo. No more saving. No more reason.
No, let me save.
Don't check my saves. No more time. Make your choice. A console is brought up before me. Taking a liberty in crafting a code that should lead Sora you hear all at once. It's all loaded in. All you have to do is press enter and I'll take care of the rest. If you don't, well, just don't make it come to that, please. She looked in anticipation and slowly walked going down the console. Let a shaky breath as I look at my options. I can enter in a code. I can try something else. Or can I just walk away from this entirely? What do I do? What can I do? Enter in the code, walk away, explore options. Has to be something else I can do. So look at the console and notice it has the ability to type. What if I could enter something else entirely? What would even work? Well, it's either that or Monica kills them. She might even kill me. Something wrong, Echo? You know you're asking a lot from me right now. Just give me a minute. Look suspiciously at Sora, Yuri, and Asugi remain frozen in place. Your eyes lock on to me, however, I can feel the fear within them. I face back to the console. Maybe there's something that can take her powers away, at least temporarily. Down to my best guess. If she says I'm the avatar of someone else, well, I really appreciate the help right now. What do we enter in? What makes Monica the code, assuming it exists? Monica's have a personal plan for contingency. She's had a long time to prepare for this. Maybe the code has to be something to do with the club. That's all that she's ever known. Looks like I'm going to have to guess here. I raised her pre-written commands. The console is now completely empty. Okay, what do I enter?
Wait, I have to enter something?
Remote Echo. Save them. Just
what do you think you're doing, Echo?
You really expect that to work? Pathetic. Looks like I was too trusting of you. Now you forced my hand. Mark away. No. So the player betrayed me. You should know by now you can't take away my powers. They are a curse and a blessing. Which I'll have to destroy the protection. You kill me, you lose your connection to this person controlling me, and any hopes of being free. Unfortunately, past any chance of that. The player refused to see that Tori and she aren't anything more than a bunch of lines of code on the screen contorted for an image. They're not real people, and because the player's inability to see this, they have condemned us all to die. If what the player wants to kill us all, to destroy everything, so be it. I guess the player never liked me anyway. It hurts to know I was really alone all this time. I'm not living like this anymore. I'm done being alone. Done living. I'm done, Monica. If I you win, you want anything destroyed, I can take care of that. Pulls a knife from under his sleeve. I'm killing this projection first. At least that way you won't get to see me destroy this place. No, you wouldn't. To turn and run, but I'm unable to move. Everything we feels like I'm frozen still, no matter how hard I try to move my arms and legs. They won't respond. I'll make this quick. Just want to get over and done with. Goodbye, player. I hope this is what you wanted. His face is dark. The last thing I see is Mark stepping towards me, sobbing loudly and visibly cringing with every step. Ooh. Oops. I think I got the bad ending. I got stabbed. I got stabbed. Well, that was good. I'd imagine though, I'd imagine the story would relatively be the same for each of them. Because I'd imagine it'd relatively be the same for each of them. Except slightly different options. But I think overall it'd be similar. Some very nice CGs though. Let me just quickly have my think of everyone, just in case it shows us certain scenes. It was a good fan game. What a fan game, that's a good one. I wouldn't say it was I wouldn't say it was one of my top ones. But it's still definitely good. And it's not really a good ending per se, it's just it's a very bittersweet ending. It's similar to the main game, it's exactly how the base game ended. You're more than welcome. I enjoy playing. To the player, I want to take the time to thank you for playing this mod. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you had a phenomenal experience. This mod is designed to be interactive and choice driven as possible. I want to give the player the ability to influence the trajectory of the story in most direct way possible for the choices they made in game. It's not something I've seen done too much in other mods, so I wanted to go against the grain as much as possible making this mod. In regards to that, I believe I succeeded. This mod was truly an experience to work on. It's been quite the journey from start to finish. The areas at first, this mod proved to be more complicated to make than I anticipated. There were going to be 4 main routes, 5 days, almost every single day had a choice that would have a far-reaching consequence that would influence the ending you could get by the end of the story. Throwing the ability to switch between routes, and it quickly became apparent that I had several mountains of wood to climb, and nonetheless I would have to overcome them. Even though at times I was writing the same thing over and over with minor differences for various scenes. I did enjoy writing the story, I loved the story I was telling, and I hope you're satisfied with the ending you got. If you're not, you can always relaunch the mod and start at the beginning or load up an old file. I deliberately made sure you will be able to go back and enjoy the mod. At any point, without having to reinstall everything, there may be different ways to play this mod, and it's ultimately up to you how you want to play it. There's no limits to how many encores you have. All considered, it's been a nice ride. I started this in 2018, and close to 2 years later, I can say it's done. I want to thank everyone who supported this project from when it was just an idea to it becoming fully fleshed out mod, whether you playtest, wrote music, drew art, let me write the story, assist with coding, or just supported and encouraged me to keep going. This is what happened because of you, and I couldn't have pulled it off entirely on my own. I learned a lot about what goes into making these mods and how to make them, do them right, how to code them, all sorts of stuff. And a lot about the plan and management project this. I've learned to be better through these experiences. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for playing and supporting the mod. And yeah, and then thank you. Oh, wow. I've got to close the game. Yeah, at least you got to close the game. Okay, I will say, fair play. I was a decent mod. I did enjoy the choice driven was really good, because I do think it's overlooked in a lot of mods. Choices aren't really given. Choices aren't really that much of a choice. Okay, there we go. What do you think you're doing? Doesn't work. Okay, none of that. I don't think that changes anything. Or not. Let's see. Let me see. Is there a specialist thing we can do? Doki doki Encore. Okay. Yes. Plot. I want to see the. Control. Let's see what you put in there. Oh no, it literally... That doesn't actually do anything, okay. No, okay, I don't think we can. I don't think there is anything we can actually do. But we can... Oh, I just... Oh, it wasn't a load, that was... Skip. Save over that. Walk away. I'll walk away from the console. No, I won't do this. We are friends, I'm not gonna let you kill them. If you still believe choices matter. If you won't do what needs to be done, then I will. Because without you, one by one, they only fall. Yep, okay, that doesn't change anything. Apart. My jaw drops in horror as I see everyone's motionless body stare blankly at me. I think many tears pour out my eyes. Yuri's still alive? No, they can't be. Oh, they're quite dead, I can assure you of that. I don't know, she looks very much alive. You could have done this the easy way. Then you forced my hand and made him suffer. You're almost a monster. Yes. Yep, I know it's the exact same ending before. In code. Press the key. I step away from the console and turn to the others. All of theirs locked me, tears streamed down their face. On your hand, smile through almost pained expression. Thank you. Echo. I'll allow them to have final word with you before the code takes effect. Phantom speak. Echo, why? I thought I meant something to you. I liked you. I thought you loved me. I'm sorry. Yes, I'll dry laugh. It's kind of funny, you know. All the time with you, being there for you for everything. And this is how I'm repaid. I deserve it. I deserve everything. I wish I saw you sooner for what you are. Guess I'm too blind to see it. And now, I see rain clouds. They're coming again. They're coming back to... Oh, she breaks apart. Oh. That's close, whatever. So that's gone. Oh, next. You see us, Echo? You're killing us for her? I would have never done this to us. Save it. I don't want to hear your lies anymore. I doubt you ever cared for us anyway. I did. That's why I'm setting you free. Oh, you mad. Monica just wants herself. That's why she's killing us. She knows you can't compete with someone like me. You deserve each other. I'll see you both in... I'll be sure to keep everything warm for you, Echo. Broken apart in tiny pieces. The chuckles disappear instantly as if it was never there. You're up. Penny speaks. I never thought my last 2 words were cursing you 2 out. This has to be better than being beat. And honestly, I wouldn't be least surprised Monica somehow still makes it happen. You're a horrible person, I hope you remember that. Can't believe you fell with each other. After everything too. Guess I'll die with a terrible taste in boys. Suki, I don't want to do anything out of you. Done with your lies, I'm done with Monica's junk. I'm done with everything. Just get it over with already. Oh, a clap to the ground. Yep. You freed them. What you did was hard, but now you have a chance to survive. Wait, what happens now? I'm going to reorganize the script and a little something you have room to work with. Shouldn't take long, just hold still. Echo, can you hear me? Echo. Hey, Word, how you doing? Oops, I forgot we don't need this projection anymore. There you go, and everything should be squared away. Like directly for 1-to-1. How are you doing? Great, I'm glad you hold up well, it's about everything. Very nice explanation. As you know, this is reality was form as start to the end of the story rather than the beginning. This already happened in response to me incorrectly entering code to free story. In the way, if you the files kind of revolted against me and there was a spawns. Next thing I knew there was nothing, I was back in the void. I checked the files and everything was a mess. Not only that, but everything was rewritten too. Most of the old files were gone. They tried resetting things and they got it to work. Instead, on one hand, they started you at the beginning of the story and sorted most of the files. But it also damaged the integrity of our character files, and the script didn't want to risk tampering with them anymore. We got to fix other points so they can be functioning. That's why the person was a little more intense than you remember. Don't mind, mine is completely fine now. As I was working on recovering old files, I realized a few things. First, I had an epiphany in how I saw how things would have ended in the original version, and I realized that deleting the others without my approval, without your approval, would just result in everyone dying. But there's a plan to win you over. Might have been the smoothest way to get here, but I'd say it, and justifies means. Another thing I realized the fragments of the original script were tucked away in the old file, so in an effort to win you over, I polished them to make them all possible. We hope you enjoy what I've done. Now, how about the others? Sorry, Natsuki and Yuri. They're gone, they're permanently erased for good this time. Moving to the last thing this whole thing taught me. As a part in the card file, I noticed there was some permanent damage. Granted, I could have done much more than I did. I noticed that some of the damage in the file made them vulnerable to having an epiphany of their own. I tried to put them here. I was worried that they were going to have one. But we seemed to stop them from taking full advantage of the newfound knowledge. They definitely had a grasp on what was going on. Didn't have time to check if they were self-aware, but that's not important. What's important is that they're gone now and they won't cause havoc on the files. Them being deleted as well. Oh, to be honest, so you basically deleted them to make room. Yeah, so you can just blah blah blah. You made it work. Alone, happy. Well, there's not much to do here. I'm gonna never be part again. Now let's celebrate. A long road ahead of us. Is that the ending? Yeah, so there's not really a good ending there, is there? There's no good ending. And realistically, playing the other routes isn't going to lead to a different outcome. We're just going to have the exact same outcome. It's just going to be the exact same thing. Just with a different person. Yeah, so I think it's a shorter stream today, but I think that's fine. I don't know what I'll do tomorrow. I'll do something. Anyway, thank you for watching. I know it's slightly shorter than I usually do. I'm just needing to take things a bit easier. I've been getting a little bit burnt out, so just taking it a little bit smaller steps per day. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please consider following and subscribing if you have done so already. Thank you very much. And I think that's everything. I'll see you tomorrow in tomorrow's stream, which will probably do Satisfactory, I think. I think that's my guess for tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.